Here we go. This is the Wiiviewer reviews with the Wiiviewer.
The LittlesWiiviewer. And the LittlestWiiviewer.
Giving you our opinions on the Wii U games.
Yay!
I know I've been showing off the old intros lately, but I thought I'd keep the original intro from the Wii U version. It was just so cute. This review is going to be a mix of the reviews I did for the Wii U version of 3D World and some talk of the changes that they've added. But most of the new content is going to be about Bowser's Fury. I'm going to add in time codes, so if you'd rather skip to a certain part, you can. If you want to see the full review of 3D World for the Wii U, I will put it up as a clickable option at the end of this one. Let's start with 3D World, which has been updated to make the characters faster, as well as some other speed increases from saves to coin trails, and loading is a little bit faster. 3D World isn't really a 3D game, more like a 2D-ish, 3D-ish game.
You're calling this a 2D-ish, 3D-ish?
Well, it plays like a 2D game, but it's actually a 3D game.
That's true.
So, it's 2.5, as Kirby 64 would say.
But you can move in 3 dimensions.
That's true, so it's not like Kirby 64. Ignore me, okay?
It has gimmicks from the 2-dimensional era, but it's a 3-dimensional plane. The story's about Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad walking down this conveniently placed path with a broken pipe. The Mario brothers fix it, and Bowser kidnaps a different princess. Surprise! And they go after her.
The princess falls in, and Mario and the gang follows her in.
And then the pipe that they used to get here is now gone because it magically disappeared by the Sprixie magic, I guess.
No, it's still there. It's just invisible. You ever think that Mario just should say, you know what? No, it has nothing to do with me. Let Bowser kidnap another princess. Maybe that would give me a little vacation time. I can go to Delfino Island again and maybe actually have some fun this time. But no, Mario's a goody-goody and decides to help out. The controls were improved over the Wii U version in my opinion. They originally only let you go in 8 directions. And normally this is the same, but in some parts they do loosen that up. It is a weird way to control a 3D game, but since it really isn't a 3D game, I guess it's okay. You can move anywhere you want on the map. And while that was kind of cool, it was kind of limited on what you can really do. I mean, they're kind of blocked off until you do certain things.
I thought it was overhyped. You can move around on this map that's forcing you to go in one direction. Unlike the Galaxy games where you can roam around the Comet Observatory or just roam around in your head. Even Super Mario 64, which had this giant castle. It's limited to this very small map that's basically saying this way, this way, this way. Technically, there was some secret areas defined.
Oh, we're not saying there's not secret areas. We're just saying overall the whole map and freedom to move about really wasn't used to its potential.
I do agree with the Littlest about the secret part, though. This game's world map is full of secrets. If you find a pile of rocks on the ground, it's probably a pipe to another level, which is kind of insane. They hide entire levels just for you to find.
So there's some new suits in this one. Everyone's probably talking about the cat suit.
Meow.
Yes, meow.
Meow.
What did you think of the cat suit?
I thought it was really cool to use. I liked it. I thought it was a clever power-up because you can do so much with it. You can do a dive bomb, you can scale walls, you can scratch enemies, you can even roll ahead and attack. It's a lot you can do with the cat suit, and I think it's a very handy power-up. It's probably the most used in this game.
There's also the multiplying cherry.
The multiplying cherry is awesome, but it disappointed me how you can only have up to 5 clones. Well, I mean, I wanted something where you can have hundreds of them. That would be fun.
There's also the Tanuki suit and the fire flower. They were all cool.
This game has a lot of, like, special power-ups. That aren't power-ups that you can, like, hold on to. They're just gimmicks. Like, there's potted piranha plants and bullet bill.
But we haven't really touched on the most important thing in this game, and that's multiplayer.
Which is awesome.
I mean, you can play as 4 different people. You can actually play as the princess this time. And she has the ability to float, just like she did in Super Mario Bros. 2.
Which is my favorite. It saves your life a lot.
But in fact, I think they pretty much just ported all of the abilities that they had in Super Mario Bros. 2 to this game. Luigi can jump high, Princess can fly, and Mario's just average.
Well, basically, in multiplayer, they give you more advantages to multiplayer. Like, you can hold more items, and they just make everything easier. Like, you can bubble to other people. And the bubbling works way better now.
You mean the coward bubble?
Yes, and you can pop out of it yourself now, so you don't have to worry about that. And also, the coward bubble is a little bit less cheap. If you're falling, you can't go into it.
Oh, so it can't be a coward bubble anymore.
Yeah.
They added online multiplayer into this game, and I tested it out with Jeffrey Engineer. A link to his YouTube channel in the information. It was mostly a smooth experience. There were times in the beginning where the connection had some hiccups, but it corrected itself fairly quickly, and it really wasn't an issue. I actually thought the multiplayer was great. They let you compete against each other for points in each level, and the winner gets a crown for the next level, which would give them a slight point advantage. The crown can be stolen or lost, so it adds a bit of competitiveness. Now let's start with our verdict on Super Mario 3D World, and then I'm going to get into Bowser's Fury. Would you buy, rent, or skip? LilWiiviewer.
No-brainer skip. This is a AAA title, and it's one of the best on the Wii.
He said skip, did he
I
not?
said-
Did
no,
he
I
not
said-
skip?
I
Rewind the tape. Everyone's looking at him like dumbfounded, like, what?
Said no-brainer buy.
Did he say skip or did he say buy?
I think he said skip,
I said buy.
but I think he was just ready for the Barbie review.
He's not on my Barbie review. That's all mine.
This is a AAA title, and it's amazing and wonderful, and if you don't have a Wii U, get it and buy this game.
All right, LittlestWiiviewer, would you buy, rent, or skip?
Bye. This game is pretty fun, and there's actually quite a lot of content.
I really enjoyed 3D World. It felt like a good compromise to the people who prefer the classic style of the 2D Mario games and to the ones who love the 3D games. So I do think this one is worth a buy. Now, speaking of 3D games, this one also comes with another fairly short title called Bowser's Fury. This feels like sort of a proof of concept than a game itself, if that makes any sense. There's a lot of fun gameplay in this, and I liked a lot of what they were doing, but it felt like when they made it, they didn't want to commit into making a full-featured game, and kept it on the short side to see if people responded well to it. Well, I sure did. I love the open world. It took what was enjoyable in Mario Odyssey by giving us the freedom to go wherever we want, and giving us also goals and small areas for us to explore. It felt like instead of going on a map screen to get us from level to level, we would just walk there and it was completely seamless. The story is about Mario, who's getting flashbacks to his Delfino Island adventure in Super Mario Sunshine, as he finds paint all over the ground. He follows it until he finds a Mario symbol. He gets pulled into a hole into another world. There he meets Bowser Jr., who's upset because his dad is out of control. He wants Mario to help him save his dad. A little reluctantly, Mario agrees, and they go off looking for cat shines, which will unlock a bell power-up, which will let you take down Bowser and stop his reign of destruction. The levels are designed for freedom, but it also has the feel of a linear design. There are small challenges in each part, and you can come and go as you please. To complicate things, Bowser will after a while start throwing fire at you, and the environment changes and sometimes makes things that couldn't be accessible, or his fire might destroy an obstacle that might have been blocked before. Bowser Jr. can be played separately or as a helper character with another player. However, even without another real person controlling him, he helps out on his own. The amount of help he gives is optional. You can have him do very little or a lot. It all depends on how much you need him. You can also direct him to points of interest, to use his paintbrush on something. Usually it's hiding a power-up or something special. The map is not that big. Fairly early on, you get a dinosaur companion named Plessy, which will help you speed around the map to get to the challenges that will appear from the water's depths after you get to certain points in the game. The only thing I didn't like about the title was the length. This is not a long game. It takes about 3 hours to beat and another 3 to find all the cat shines for 100% completion. I think the game feels a little bit out of place for 3D World. It kind of makes me feel like they originally were going to have this come out as Mario Odyssey DLC. Normally, Nintendo doesn't add a lot to their re-releases. I was very happy to see the amount of effort they put into this, and I hope they do this in the future. The amount of care and polish Nintendo put into this shows why people love Nintendo games so much. Bowser's Fury was a fun, short game. It made me wish it was its own game with a longer campaign. But I do love that they made this, and there's enough here to make a completionist happy. It's definitely worth a buy if they ever separate it from the 3D World game for a reasonable price. I'm talking like $20. But since it's not separate, let's talk about them together. As a package, it's great. If it was just 3D World, I would say just rent it or get it on sale, because it would just be a slightly improved port. However, with the addition of the excellent Bowser's Fury game, this easily makes me say it's worth a buy. If you're looking for a fun 2D, 3D platformer, there's something in this for everyone in this release, so you should buy it now.